Welcome back to Coldtake podcast on BSN. This is episode 10, and episode, I guess, the second edition for the IMHL. So I'm joined once again by Comrade Ginger and Yuppie.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
So we just finished, or not really just finished. We finished week 2 a few days ago for the IMHL regular season. So before we hop into those games and talk about those, does Comrade or Yuppie want to give me any updates on IMHL or anything that's been happening with the game?
Yeah, I can go first on that. We changed servers, so the location has been changed to New York, where it's being hosted, and the server should be running a lot smoother than it did before. I think that's the only real gameplay change that was implemented over the week. And it really didn't affect any of the games over last weekend, so.
Okay.
Unless I'm forgetting something, that's it.
I can't recall anything. Is there any changes to the league structure or anything like that?
I mean, as Yuppie mentioned, we got the new server, and then obviously, for those of you who are in the Discord, you would have seen the poll that went out to see if we're going to go ahead and add Wednesday games. It's looking like we're gonna. But I'd like more of a response from everybody here in the community before I go ahead and do that. So look forward to that next week. You might see a game on Wednesday. So.
Oh, very exciting. Okay, so week 2, we had some good games. So does someone want to? I think the first game we had was Nova Scotia versus Hartford, right?
It was supposed to be, yeah. Oh no, it was. Yes, you're right.
Yuppie, you're on the Huskies. Do you want to tell me how that game unfolded?
It was a pretty good game. Both teams played really well. Exonaut in the comeback game had the game-winning assist to Lynch in the third period. Very late in the third period. I recall it being like maybe 1 second left. Hartford played really well. Birdo and Jets had a good showing like usual, but we came out on top this time and proved Ginger wrong.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
Ginger is sweating right now with the.
No, I mean I'll address that after the Saturday games, but
Sweating.
What I said last week,
San Francisco.
I really thought that was true, but a little foreshadowing down the line, that wasn't the case. So. But anyways, our next game that we had was Cincinnati and Atlanta. Atlanta sent Cincinnati with their tails between their legs.
It
Excuse me.
It was
with the 6-0 victory.
It was one-sided, to say the least.
Yes, it was. It was very much so one-sided. With the 6-0 win, Atlanta won. And
TJ, I'd say the whole weekend was very one-sided for you guys.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Ginger, can you comment on Atlanta's performance?
Anyways, Atlanta, everything was just clicking for us. Blankets was generating shots and getting goals left and right. And myself, I just happened to get the puck in deep, get a shot on net, and I did magically net a goal. So, that's pretty good. It's always good when the commissioner scores a goal, I guess. So.
You'll love to see it.
But, TJ, what happened there, buddy?
So, I have a pretty strong opinion. Not really strong opinion, but just some frustrations with what went on during the entire week. And I think most of it stems with our goaltending. We had some hiccups, to say, with the goaltending, especially during the Nova Scotia versus Cincinnati game. I don't think that represented really what the Cyclones are. I don't think that was at all a good representation. But I think the goaltending struggled just throughout both games, as it's pretty evident. There's some things the defense just can't help, and with sometimes Squid being AFK during the game, just some really bad goals to give up. So I think it was just frustrating when you're getting beat down like that, and there's nothing you can really do. So Cyclones, with a relatively strong start during the start of the season, have still got a long way to go. But hopefully we can get these issues resolved. But yeah, it was a pretty frustrating weekend. And our offense, I mean, I was able to score one, but it was too late by then. We struggled to get like quality shots on net. Or no, really, that's a lie. I think we played okay offensively, except for burying it. Like, we got shots on net, but just couldn't convert. And on the defensive end, it was not up to where it needed to be, considering it's 6-0 in the first game. So, yeah. Or 6-1. I thought it was 6-1.
No, 6-0, according to the schedule.
Oh, 6-0. I think I scored a goal the other game.
Yeah, you scored a goal against us.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that's all I gotta say for that game.
So speaking of the next week's games, I guess we're just going to slide right on into the Atlanta-Hartford game. As being the only player for either of those teams, I will tell you that it was absolutely heartbreaking to see Birdo score on an unprepared Ramsesig. No, I'm not salty about it. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty good game. Blazy was a really good, exceptional ref, except for, you know, the overtime period. But I'm not going to blame him for that. It is what it is. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, it was a pretty good game. So, yeah.
I was commentating that game, and it was a very good game both ways. I feel like there were some missed calls that could have completely changed the game in overtime, but can't really get mad at it now. Just got to move forward. Very fun game to watch, back and forth. Couldn't really tell who was going to come out on top that game, but Birdo took advantage of a penalty shot, and they can't really do much about Ram not being prepared if that's true.
I feel like that Ram being unprepared is just a meme now at this point. Like, he did it in BHL, where he just, like, goes AFK without saying anything, and then just comes back at, like, the last second. I feel like it's just a meme now, but tough look for Atlanta, to say the least.
Yeah, that's our first ever loss. I mean, not regulation, but, you know, first ever loss. At least we got a point out of it.
Yep. You know, can't say the same here, but
So, Yupi, you wanna talk about that game that you had
get
there?
into the next game.
how about we,
I mean,
can we hurry up with this one so it can face the embarrassment later?
yeah, no, we'll get this one over with for you. So it was an 11-1 win for the Nova Scotia Huskies. I think it was in Cincinnati. Like TJ said, Cincinnati didn't play bad by any means. Just a lot of bad breakdowns and Squid not being ready for shots. And, you know, I managed to put up 2 goals that game. So 2 goals for the rookie. But overall, solid game by the Cyclones. Chokington played good net for us. And you guys could only get 1 by him. I want to say anything about that game, TJ?
Just once again, kind of highlighting on what I said earlier. Just I think we had a goaltending collapse. But I mean, obviously there are some defensive errors here and there, but just bad positioning and just not generating enough offense to compete. But towards the late end of the game, it was just deteriorating more and more. So once again, I don't think it's like you can judge the entire Cyclone season off those games, and this one especially. So just got to come back stronger next week. Got to bounce back. You know, we're not done yet, so look out. You know, all that cringy stuff. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yep. I mean, I was a Cyclone for a solid 2 weeks, and I'd say you guys have a very good team. So I wouldn't knock you guys off yet for being able to make a push in the playoffs. If you guys can figure out what's going on, you know, behind closed doors and see what's wrong with the goaltending, you guys could definitely come back this season.
Bro, you abandoned the brotherhood here. It's pretty controversial.
I mean,
it's a controversial game right there.
Controversial game. Don't know if Yuppie would have changed the outcome of that game, but
Well, you know, you would still be on our team for that game.
I would have been.
It's just controversial, you know.
It is controversial.
They put on the colors for another team. It's all right. It's all right. I mean,
Yeah, it is all right.
We were a lock, but.
I mean, I wasn't even on your line when we started the season, man. I don't know what was going on back there.
It's true, but you know, it's whatever.
It is whatever.
You know, we'll be back for the Huskies soon enough.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Yep. I'll keep that in mind.
So speaking of next week matchups, next week, week 3, we've got Atlanta and Hartford. Got a rematch, and Cincinnati in Nova Scotia rematch. So, boys, you want to go ahead and talk about your showing for next week? What you think's going to happen? And
all right, look. Here's what I'm gonna say. I had a rough patch. You know, every team has that. But we're gonna bounce back. You know, we're on the ice practicing. At least I hope so. Jam, Blazy, come on. But we're gonna bounce back. So, you know, if you wanna base us off that performance, on Saturday, have at it. But Huskies gotta watch out, bro. We're gonna bounce back.
Oh, we'll come prepared. Don't you worry.
Nah, I think you guys are gonna keep doubting us. You know.
No, we're not. We're definitely not doubting you.
You guys gonna think you all on a pedestal. But
definitely do not think that. I can assure you.
It's not, y'all got.
We had our rough patch in the first weekend, and we're ready to go.
Y'all pick up a few wins now. Think you're in it.
I'd say we're in it right now.
But you can't sleep on the Cyclones, man.
Hmm.
Remember what happened, in the preseason, whatever, last time when people slept on the Cyclones, we proved them wrong. So people kept sleeping. But yeah, we'll bounce back. So, y'all gotta stay woke for that one. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Okay, I mean,
we got a little aggressive there.
I mean, yeah, that was a little aggressive. I can't wait for
bro, it's what the people
for Friday's
want.
game there.
People want, bro. People want.
Yeah, I mean, you were even calling out your own teammates there at a point. So I mean,
yeah.
Okay, buddy. So, anyways, the Atlanta Hartford game. Obviously, me being extremely biased, I really want us to win. I feel like we can beat them in regulation. We moved the puck really good last game, and I feel like we're going to beat them. So, without further ado, let's move on into the top 5 players of week 2. EJ, who are they?
All right, at number 5, we got Moya, making her first appearance on the list with 3 goals and 1 assist.
I'll correct you. That was a typo. It's 2 goals, 2 assists.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't want to misinform the public.
Yeah. Then we got big man Yuppie over here with a number 4. Yeah. With 2 goals, 2 assists. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Birdo only had 1 goal, by the way.
Okay. God.
Look, I'm basing this off what Lynch said, okay?
All right.
It's not my fault.
Then we got Birdo and... No, just Birdo. What am I saying? With 2 goals and... just a game-winning goal against Atlanta. I guess a penalty shot, like clutch goal, so... Then we got Blackus at number 2 with a Hattie and 2 assists. And Exonaut takes the first position at 3 goals and 1 assist. So that's the top 5 brought to you by BSN. So yeah. Honorable mention is Peep Zero and Robe. So yeah.
I mean, if we can deliberate about this a little bit, I think it's a little biased that Blackus is sitting there with 5 points on the week, and Exonaut, who has 4, is in the number 1 spot. I mean, obviously, it's a good showing for Exonaut, who shows up for, a game, scores the clutch game-winning goal, the only goal scored in your game, and then comes back and scores 2 in the next. I mean, but Blackus is carrying Atlanta and he's got 5 points on the week. So, I mean, I'm a little biased, but it should be.
I mean, that was also Exonaut's first time playing in weeks. Like, came back very strong and put up a good showing for the Huskies in our 2 games and pretty much carried us back to a 500 record. So I'd say that's fair. I mean, that wasn't my option. That wasn't my choice completely, but I definitely agreed with it when we were making the list. So what should we move into next?
So next we're going to go ahead and look at the junior team. So I believe for next week, week 3 games, if we're going to go ahead and talk about week 3 games, I guess we can go ahead and mention some of the week 2 things that happened. We had the Cyclones and the Thrashers on Saturday. And if I do recall, I played in that game, and I think that's where I carried the team to a victory with a hat trick, if that's right. On a 3v2, I don't want to brag, but it is the minor league, so that's where I belong. So
yeah, Ginger's putting up points. Doesn't matter where it is.
I'm just sitting here with a big smile on my face. So there you go, everybody. The next game was the Whalers and the Huskies. Y'all can talk about that.
That was I believe, 4-1 win for the junior Huskies. Good showing by all of our guys. We got all of rookies down there. Most of them haven't ever played the game before. I don't think any of them have. We had up 2 Sinet, who let up 1 goal. I don't remember that goal, but Wait, no, he didn't let up any goals. It was 4-0. Yeah. So 4-0 win. Good game by all of our guys down there, and we had good momentum moving into the next day after that. So
awesome. So Sunday, we had the junior Thrashers and the junior Whalers. That game was forfeited. The Whalers didn't have enough players for a game, so they forfeited the game. And so the next game was the junior Huskies and the junior Cyclones. A little bit of a rivalry down there.
Before we get into this, it was a 2v3. Let's just put that out there for a second.
Okay. I'm going to be honest here. Okay, we won 14-0 junior Huskies. I'm going to come out and say I don't think an extra player would have helped you guys down there. Emdravel put up 8 goals.
Hang on.
Really good game by him. He's currently leading the minor league with, I believe it is 13 points in 4 games.
That is correct.
He is absolutely dominating right now. So I believe it's 4 games. It says 3 games on the stat sheet, but I think that might be wrong.
You are most likely correct.
Yeah. Roy playing his first 2 games of the season down there. Put up 7 points over the weekend. I think he had 5 in that game against the Cyclones. Great game by everybody down there. Obtuse got a whole 1 shot over the weekend. So I'd say he's a pretty elite goalie. Anything you want to say about that game, TJ? If you were there, I think you were.
Yeah, I was there. So while it is a 2v3, I can't not discredit the passing and the playmaking by the Huskies, offensively. I mean, it was, I think, I forget his name, Drovel and
Emdravel and Kuzi.
And who's the other one?
Emdravel, Kuzi, Choppa, and Roy are down there.
Roy. Those 3 can pass, man. And Drovel was set up a lot of good passes in the offensive zone. So, and a lot of them went to goals. So I can't discredit them. They played remarkable. Maybe a second or a third player would have changed that, blocked off some more of those shots, and created a little bit more offense. But it's a good look for Nova Scotia, as they got a promising future with them. So I can't sit here and try and discredit what the Huskies did down there. They played a good game, so that's all I gotta say.
I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. Ice Pillar and Meemner played a very good game down there. Meemener kept that game close for like the whole first period, and he just started breaking down once we started running up the score, which I can't really blame him. I can't really blame Ice Pillar either. It's hard to take a 2v3, and I didn't really see them coming out on top that game, but they put in a very good effort.
Yep. So, I think, good game overall for the Huskies. Good show in there. What's next?
So next we've got the week 3 for the junior teams. We've got the junior Thrashers and the junior Whalers. If the Whalers show up, I'm just going to go ahead and say we're taking the dub. It's going to be a physical game. It's actually might be one of the best junior games to date. But, I think we're going to win that one. Obviously, I'm extremely biased. And then the next game is the junior Cyclones and the junior Huskies.
I'm going to come out and say I think we're going to win this game.
I'm going to come out
have to say much
and say that we're going to win this game as well.
Okay. Good luck.
You too.
Got a lot of good guys down there.
Are you saying that you have a lot of good guys, or we have a lot of good guys?
We do. I'd say the Huskies do.
All right, keep sleeping.
Well, there was a trade involving minor leaguers.
There was.
I forgot about that, bro.
We should mention that. Nova Scotia traded Amfritas and Spoiler GD to Cincinnati for futures.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Future considerations for those
explain to
who
me
don't know.
what future consideration classifies as in this league?
Futures considerations could be a player down the road. It could be a draft pick if we ever have a draft.
So you can just claim a player, like, hey, I want that player.
Not necessarily. It's just they'll keep that in mind in the future when making future deals and
exactly
add more on top if we do make a trade with you guys again.
Okay.
My reasoning behind that trade, I was one that made the trade, was we were looking to give the guys that we traded a chance, because currently on our junior team we have a full lineup. They could technically be on the lineup, but it was taking away ice from our better guys down there, and we wanted to let them play and hopefully see them grow as players. Good luck to them in Cincinnati, and I hope they do well. Both of them have pretty solid potential. It could possibly play in the IMHL eventually.
Respect. Pretty good trade overall, I think. I mean, I don't think there's a real winner here.
Actually, we could get Blazy, because his name is Future Considerations in the Discord right now. So, he just logged off.
Oh, that's. I mean,
there he is. I'll gladly take Blazy, but.
Nah, he's a GM. He can't leave.
Okay, so there's that, and then Sunday games, we've got the Whalers and the Huskies. So, UP, what do you think?
Once again, I think we're going to come out on top. Wait, are you talking about majors or minors?
We're talking about minors.
Okay, so we're talking about minors. I think we'll come out on top again. I don't see the Whalers having enough guys to compete with us, because I think we have IMHL tier players down there that just we can't fit them on our team right now. And I don't really see any other minor teams that are going to be able to take us down. I just don't see any lineups that can match up with us.
Fair enough. Okay. And then the next game, we've got the junior Thrashers and the junior Cyclones. I'm saying if my team shows up, we're going to take the W. TJ, what do you think?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I just hope we get a win somewhere. All this whole time it's been Cyclones losing the whole time. So
pretty rough weekend for you guys.
We just pull off a victory somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think the Cyclones won a game the whole weekend.
No.
Wow.
It's been a pretty rough week.
And the Huskies won all 4 of our games that weekend, so for us being the San Francisco flight of the IMHL.
Okay. Let's get into that real quick. Okay, you were you hadn't won a game. Okay, so
out of 2 games.
Yes, you were 0-2, and in those games you were kind of whipped. Okay, and so it looked like you had no chance. And then your star players decided to show up, should I say, and you put on a performance and you won two of your games, and now you're back at 500 and you're in a playoff hunt. So,
Yep.
I guess I should slap the name on the Cyclones.
Yeah. I mean, I can see where you were coming from after the weekend. Definitely a bad performance from us, and definitely a really good bounce back performance from us in week 2. But I mean, it obviously could go either way in week 3. We could fall apart and have none of our good players show up, because that could happen once again. But I mean, I'm just going to hope that they all show up and we can continue this winning streak going forward.
Yeah, I mean, best wishes to you. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think we play you guys again, Ginger, in week 3. So we haven't played you guys since the first game of the season. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's true. You'll play us on Saturday.
All right.
I
can't wait
Huskies.
to see you on the ice.
I got Huskies taking that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Huskies will take it. Wait, did I have Huskies winning last week in either game?
I don't think either of you did. Wait, no, TJ, you had us beating the Whalers, yeah.
Look at me, dude.
Look at you.
Wait a minute. Atlanta doesn't play Nova Scotia next weekend at all.
You don't?
No, we don't.
Oh.
Who do you play then?
We play Cincinnati and we play Hartford.
Bro, 3 weeks in a row?
Yes.
What is this schedule?
Okay. Yeah, the schedule is I don't know.
Week 4 we'll play.
Are we away
We play
again?
you guys again week 4.
Are we away or home? I swear to God.
For week 3?
Yeah.
You're home week 3.
Alright. But damn, 3 weeks in a row playing Atlanta.
Hey man, it's the schedule, bro. I would say I don't make it, but I do. So.
Did you like?
Anyways, I believe that's everything. I don't believe we've left out anything of importance.
Any hot takes here on any teams? Like,
I mean, other than the Cyclones are looking like the San Francisco Fly right now.
Ginger, now that you said that, they're gonna go 2-0.
Literally, dude. I think that's just like the
I
magic
don't think
words.
so. Not possible. They're playing us, so no.
Yeah,
Definitely
they're playing
not.
us, so.
All right. I see. Yeah, Atlanta thinks they're all big and tough. Right.
Oh yeah, we do.
You know.
I mean, they are first place, so I would give them the right to say that.
Right now, they are.
Right now they are, but well, TJ, let them have their fun.
Yeah,
right?
well, you know, they call us, they fight again, like, you know how it ended up with Nova Scotia. So hopefully we bounce back just like them. So, you know, maybe that might be the magic words whenever Ginger calls someone the flight, they start winning games. So.
Oh yeah.
I hope that's not the case, but
He's gonna have to
we'll
start
see.
calling his own team the flight.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to do that, but.
But you guys are first place, so it doesn't work. You can't use it. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun week next week.
Yeah.
I think
League is pretty even right now. I wouldn't count any of these teams out yet. I don't think we ever will be counting any of these teams out.
You can't help. They all make the playoffs.
Yeah. But we don't know how the playoffs are going to work necessarily. So.
As of right now, it's looking like number 4 slot might not make the playoffs.
It's just gonna be a 3. So
I think it would be first you get the bye, 2 and 3 play, and then
yes,
2 and 3 play.
That's correct.
First.
That's the playoff bracket we're looking at right now.
I mean, I have my opinions on that, but that's for another episode because I think we've talked about everything. We'll discuss the playoff format as we get closer to that point. But yep, I think that wraps it up for this podcast on BSN. Thank you for watching if you're still here. And be sure to subscribe and follow us on our social media in the description. And join the IMHL Discord if you want to join the league. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.